What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back with another video, and today we are doing round 4 of our post-Sam Darnold mock draft. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've slipped up quite a few times this draft, and you guys have caught me for it. So, for you guys who have been respectfully telling me that I've been fucking up, thank you. And for you guys who do say that I fuck up on a pick, please let me know what you guys would do, because you, the fans, are always the guys who I want to learn from, because you guys watch every play, you guys watch every single draft, you guys know everything about your teams. So obviously not every fan is a perfect genius in their squad, but the more I hear from you guys, like you Chargers fans, I've been hearing a lot more feedback. That's been amazing for me. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. And obviously, I've been slipping up quite a bit with the Chargers and the Falcons this draft. Those are my two big slips. So I hope you guys work with me. Definitely still, please give me feedback, because even though I have been doing this for almost 1 year now, on the 16th, it'll be 1 year. I still have big slip ups. It happens. It happens all the time. So let's keep rolling with this. Let's finish off this draft. Round 4. Let's go. Jaguars. This is going to be probably a place where I want to go best player available. So if I'm not actually, I'm not sure if I saw the Jaguars were no, the Jaguars weren't meeting with somebody. I was thinking potentially that they were meeting up with James Conner, but that was Arizona. Let's just see if the Jaguars have done anything to address the running back spot. I'm just curious to see. I'm obviously not going after Trey Sermon. That'd be ridiculous. And it would be quite a bit of an oversight. So they have not signed any running. They signed Carlos Hyde. Okay, don't really know why you signed Carlos Hyde. I still think they need an elusive back, but it's just an idea right there. But looking at the other targets for us in this draft, obviously Stone Forsythe is a potential target, like given how big he is. You could always go for a bigger interior defensive lineman who can develop. Trill Williams, obviously still here. This could be a good trade back spot, to be honest, because we have enough ammunition to where we can still get it like a J2 Afele. Again, I want to see what the hell the Jaguars have done. They got a lot of interior defensive line talent, but how long are those contracts? You got 3 years for Roy Robertson Harris. So maybe getting out of this sweepstakes for interior defensive lineman is probably the best move. Obviously, they don't need corner. Safety, I think we already went safety as well for you guys. So maybe a way that we could go is getting a backup edge player, but at this spot, I think it might be best for us to say, you know what, we don't really need to just go full guns blazing right here. So we are actually going to trade back, and I'm looking at teams that could possibly use a guy like Trill Williams here, and it might be you guys are going to hate another trade up. I know you guys are. You guys have lost it multiple times, but it's a team that got Joseph Asai, and you guys liked it, but you guys do need a cornerback one. Trill Williams is the final cornerback one on my sheet, and obviously, no, we're trading with the Jaguars, with the Chargers. So, you guys aren't gonna like this one at all. I can get it, I understand, but we're going to be giving up a future 6th-round pick potentially for this. I'm not gonna give up a 4th unless we can swap for a next year 5, and we can. So that's gonna be a plus. So we're giving 2 4s for a 4 and a 5 next year. We could see if we can get another 4, but that's not gonna be the case. We're gonna stick with that 4 or 5. We're gonna move up 12 spots in, or well, that was pretty good quick math, to be able to select cornerback one, because I know how desperate of a need it is. And to me, I think Trill Williams is the best guy, hands down, on the board, and he's gonna be my cornerback one as of right now. So Trill Williams, it is. I think you have to get that cornerback one after losing Casey Hayward. And again, we could have went Marco Wilson. There's character concerns there. We don't even know if he's gonna be able to play in the NFL if he continues doing stupid shit, because you already see the NFL has quite a big issue with people with personalities. Trill Williams is an excellent corner. I think he's worth a round 3 grade. I'm going to be doing a deep tape study on him very soon, so keep your eyes out for that. And of course, support me down below with all the links, because you guys will be able to see when a Trill Williams cornerback scouting report drops. So the Jets are sitting here, and to be honest, they could be looking at more of an elusive back. And I could see Javion Hawkins being a sneaky pick here. Just, you're similar to your Travis Etienne back right there. But of course, we need to get a guard. And I mean, I love so many of these guys here. David Moore is an absolute beast, guys. You're looking at 350 pounds at 6'1". Like, oh my goodness. Ben Cleveland's an excellent center who can also play guard, if I'm not mistaken. He might have been a guard. Oh yeah, because Trey Hill was the center. So he's an excellent guard as well, if you guys want to go with Ben Cleveland. So we're down to Darius Hutcherson, David Moore, Ben Cleveland. And I don't know why, but I'm feeling Ben Cleveland might be the right move. But of course, if you guys like a different guy more, let me know about that one. You guys know your scheme a bit better than I do. Again, still learning. less than a year into this. So I mean, I love David Moore. He is such a beast, but I don't really think that he's going to really be ready to protect. Ben Cleveland as a redshirt senior will be able to. So let's get Ben Cleveland here. For you guys who have been clamoring not to get into, to get into your offensive lineman, at least get a really good one in the 4th round. That's great value right there. And that leaves the Falcons here. And this is a tough one because linebacker, we're kind of screwed. I mean, Amonte Rice could be definitely a target here as well as Justin Hilliard. But for me, I think you either go corner here with the Israel Mukuamu, where you can take a shot on somebody who could also be a safety, or we can go Marco Wilson here as well. I think this would actually fit the best. So let's go Marco Wilson. So unfortunately, if we were the Chargers, I don't think there would be a chance of Trill Williams or Marco Wilson falling to us because those are my next 2 guys in line. And that leaves the Texans on the board. And oof, I mean, we could go a fun guy here. Wait, did we already take him? There's no way. Do we take he might have went to the Patriots, didn't he? I'm bugging on the name right now. But Seth Williams. I bolted past him. He's on the Chiefs. Okay. So I was looking at Seth Williams right there as being a potential large target for us. Amater Bebe might be the best overall in terms of athleticism. So that could be a very fun one, but I don't think that's the right route for us to go. We might want to go more of an interior defensive line route. I know they went and signed a lot of free agents. Cornerback is not the number 1 need. It's not. You should have seen how many guys they signed on freaking corners. Look at this shit, guys. It's absolutely unreal. Of course, I absolutely despise the fact that I have to continue like typing and then having to go to a different spot because it doesn't bring me to the actual Texans. But they signed a lot of dudes. Wide receivers not even a need, but I mean all those guys are pretty much backups. Obviously, these guys are pretty solid. Not really like they're not going to make an impact, but they're definitely good backups there. Tackle wise, they're doing pretty good as well. I mean, they've done a lot, man. I could definitely still see an interior defensive line move though. A 1-year, $6 million deal definitely doesn't take that off the table for me. And that means I'm honestly going to be going that route. We already went that route. Son of a bitch. That's so annoying. But who do we get? That's the real question. We got Milton. Ooh, I love that. I love that Milton Williams pick. Honestly, I could see a tight end pick here if there is somebody good enough. I could see Kenny Yeboah being a good spot here. But given the talent on the board, given the fact that we don't have any real picks, I'm going to be trading back. And honestly, I can see the Steelers trying to move up for a Trey Sermon, but there still is a Kyle Trask on the board. So I'm going to see if the Patriots could definitely use a quarterback there who has good enough athleticism. I'm just going to make sure that the Patriots haven't selected a quarterback yet because I don't believe that they have. And I'm not going to be one of those dudes who doesn't check before actually pulling a trade. I'm bugging on where their actual pick was. I thought it was like 47. Oh, it was right here, Kelvin Joseph. Then of course in the first round, didn't they go? They went Jalen Waddle. So honestly, this is going to be a good spot because Nick Caserio has pretty good relations with Bill Belichick, obviously from the Patriots organization. I'm bugging so hard today. Where on earth is this? They're in the AFC. I'm so stupid. The AFC South. We're going to be trading with them. We're going to be moving back some spots, but we are going to be selecting a next year pick, a next year 5. And we're going to try to swap it for a next year. We're going to see if we can do a next year 6 instead. We'll do that. That'll be fair because we did a 4 and a 4 for a 4 and a 5. So we'll do a 4 and a 5 for a 4 and a 6. I think that's fair. So that leaves the Patriots to be able to go Kyle Trask, who honestly, I still have him as a late second. I think that he is pretty damn solid. People are underrating him. He looked like he had better mechanics at his pro day. Obviously, it's a pro day, but he was able to put a little bit more weight into that front foot and actually drive the ball. So I didn't see too many rainbow balls. That's something I'm actually pretty proud of. That's a good job. So at number 110, we got the Browns. And, I mean, we could go another interior defensive line if we want to, just because, I mean, J2FLA is still here. But, I mean, this is a spot where you're probably going to want to get some extra depth. So honestly, I wouldn't be too far away from going after a guy like J2FLA. I think we could get a slot corner here. Kerry Vincent ran the like 4.32 range, so we can get a good slot corner right there. I think that's the right move. In worst case scenario, he's depth. I mean, that's just the bottom line. But I mean, he's definitely very athletic and should probably be going around this range, even though his talent is not worth it. It's just, again, slot corner with that speed that's definitely something that's coveted. So at number 111, the Bengals are sitting here, and you got to go edge. Got to go edge. I don't like Trey Hendrickson being your pure starter. Jordan Smith is an absolute steal. Patrick Jones is another guy I was targeting, but Jordan Smith, absolute steal. And the Lions, you guys are sitting there, and honestly, I think that we could just get, I don't care what you guys have done in free agency, but getting a guy like J2FLA as depth is pretty damn awesome, given the fact that he used to be in first rounds. So I'm a big fan of that. He'll probably be going round 3, if we're gonna be honest. So I like that quite a bit. Panthers, you guys don't need corner, but you guys could definitely take one still. You did sign only somebody to AJ Boye. Why did I say somebody to a 1-year deal? So we still definitely could go corner here. We could also go tight end with Kenny Yeboah. Of course, I should know that name. So we're gonna go Israel Mukuamu here. Someone who's very raw that actually should be able to sit. It might be the best thing for him to have AJ Boye as a mentor. And he could also move back as a safety if you really want him to. Number 114, the Broncos. Honestly, this could be a good spot to get some tackle depth with a guy like Stone Forsythe. Robert Hainsey could also go anywhere on the entire offensive line. Honestly, I'm going to go Robert Hainsey, given the fact that he literally can play anywhere. He was playing center as well during the Senior Bowl. I love that versatility. I think he is being a little bit underrated. Robert Hainsey, pretty talented lineman. And again, he's going to be a guard. He's going to be a center, and he can also be a tackle. This is where you get your depth, where if you want to have, I believe you traded up for Trey Lance in the beginning. If you want Trey Lance to actually survive, you're gonna need a good offensive line there, and injuries do pile up. And I'm telling you, having a backup like Robert Hainsey is a huge stepping stone to being able to continue to be competitive. So the Cowboys, you guys have a bunch of dudes on 1-year contracts. Andre Cisco could be someone who can finally learn. He has a little bit of concerns on his awareness of the field. This is going to be a good time for him to learn from a guy like Devontae Casey. Big fan of that. And he's going to be a very good single high if they really want him to in that system. Number 116, I could see us going a linebacker here, honestly. Monty Rice is not that bad. Charles Snowden could be definitely an interesting one if you want like an edge linebacker. He has actually pretty damn good coverage, 6'7". This could just be where they're just having a fun one. But Monty Rice, to me, I know a lot of people are actually pretty high on Monty Rice. It's good depth. This is where I could see a little bit of a reach for Monty Rice because he has good coverage skills. He's good all around. He's a very stable linebacker. And again, I think this team could make a playoff push. You do need that depth in case one of your guys gets injured. And Monty Rice is going to be an excellent option for that. And the Niners, I think we could still go safety for you guys. I don't know. Did we go slot corner for you guys earlier, or did we just go a boundary? Because that was something that I'm a little bit confused on. Because I think we went a boundary corner for you. Tyson Campbell, yeah, we could still go a slot, but I don't think there is any more slots on the board. Unless Elijah Griffin, who I actually don't really know. So he's outside only, of course. I don't really see too many other slot corners here. So that's gonna be interesting. I don't think that we can really do too much about that. So that's unfortunate. Also, Wild Goose is a potential option for a team that does need a corner. So safety-wise, I could see us going more of a free safety. And I mean, Caden Stearns is the only guy on my board that I can really see us going after. But actually, we're going to trade back, but we're going to get somebody I really like. And he's one of my guys in the draft. So there are guys like Trey Sermon on the board. Teams that could use a power back might be wanting this. I'm looking at the Washington football team. Washington football team is going to get a steal here, making sure that Washington did not grab a running back before. Yeah, I definitely didn't select him in the second. So this is going to be a dream scenario because now the Niners are going to be able to move back, acquire a couple more picks, and they're still going to be able to select a guy who I'm a very, very big fan of. Of course, we're trading with the Niners, with Washington. So Washington's going to be trading up, which of course we don't have too many picks, but since the Niners have a bunch of picks this year, we might want to send in a next year 7 because we're moving up 7 spots. So honestly, we're going to do a 6 and then we're going to flop with their 7. That would be a little bit better value. So they're actually just moving up pretty much in that draft. And we are going to be selecting Trey Sermon here. Honestly, it's a pretty damn good route. You need your power back. Peyton Barber is not the answer. So Trey Sermon at 117, really good option. And now the Jaguars are sitting here, and you guys can go anywhere you want. And I'm looking at edge here, and there's so many really good players. I like Hamilcar Rashed, but Cam Sample is unbelievable. You can play him in the 3-4 or the 4-3. He has the weight to play either 3-4 defensive end or else 4-3 defensive end if you want. So he has that positional versatility, and I think he's just an absolute beast. Something that I would definitely love on my roster because you have a younger guy in Caleb on Chason rushing off the edge. You can have a guy like Cam Sample on that interior. I know you guys got a couple dudes, a couple DNs, but Cam Sample can develop, and that's going to be a very, very good addition to your team. He has the upside of a guy where I've been hearing rumors of him being like Khalil Mack. So don't think he'll reach that, but that's something that you just take. Best player available. You can never have too many edge players. Again, you could always trade them away if you really want to, but that's definitely a pretty good option in my eyes. And the Vikings are sitting here. I don't think they can pass this up. It's either Rashid or Jones, but I think Jones will have a consistent impact. I like Rashid a lot. I'll put that up there. I think he has a lot of talent, but I think that his injury history is disgustingly riddled. It's horrible. So I don't want to be risking another guy like that. But now we got the Texans back on the board, and I think we could honestly go another edge player here for depth. I wouldn't mind it at all. I could see us going a tight end though. Realistically, Kenny Yeboah is on the board. We can definitely take that. I like that idea. Kenny Yeboah, one of the last guys besides Trey McKitty, who I'd probably draft in this draft. So big fan of that. And the Raiders, I think, still could go interior defensive line, but on the interior of the offensive line, I think that I'm going to be rocking a guy who's more developmental, Sedarius Hutcherson. I don't like Deontay Brown. He just tested absolutely terribly, but Sedarius Hutcherson tested actually quite well. It's very interesting. Honestly, Deontay Brown would fit though, because he is Alabama with a guy like Josh Jacobs, Alabama. It'd be definitely intriguing because he is a big motherfucker. So I think I'm gonna go Deontay Brown. It's the best player available. And Deontay Brown is definitely. I mean, you're still taking a high end player. Aaron Banks is somebody that a lot of people love. I would like to look at David Moore as well, but Deontay Brown could probably start day one if you want him to. But he also is going to be there for 1 year, sitting behind Richie Incognito, hopefully getting a little bit more athletic along the way. Now, Patriots, you guys don't like whenever I do this pick, but I absolutely love it. I'm actually going to go. Ooh, we got a voice crack. I'm going to go Javion Hawkins here. What I'd probably do for the Jaguars, I'm going to be doing right here. Javion Hawkins is going to be an excellent receiving back out of the backfield, and he's just electric. I don't think people give him enough credit. Elijah Mitchell is somebody who I honestly could see going a lot higher. He's very underrated in my opinion. Elijah Mitchell was being overrated as like a third round prospect, but I think he's good as like a fourth, maybe a fifth round guy. I don't really get the hate on him. Chuba's also on the board, by the way. And the Bears are sitting here, and I'm going to be honest. There's still Forsyth on the board. We could definitely go that way. We haven't gotten a wide receiver, though. I'm actually quite surprised by that. Des Fitzpatrick could be somebody. He ran the 4.4s. He's a bigger body guy and actually is pretty damn good overall. I'm personally a fan of him. Imater Bebe, again, very explosive player. Smith Marset, another guy, very talented for his size. But honestly, I'm a big fan of Des Fitzpatrick. I think that people were underrating him for a long time. I think him being taken in the fourth round is perfectly understandable. I'm a big fan of him. I don't like Frank Darby. Don't like Tutu Atwell. I like Demetric Felton until he scored a 1 on the RAS, which is, I mean, that's kind of scary. Cornell Powell's pretty solid. Simi Fehoko would be another target later for the Bears, but right now, let's just get Des Fitzpatrick. You need to get a potential number one, and Des could definitely play that. I like him a lot. At number 24, the San Francisco 49ers. This is going to be the pick. This is the one where I fell in love. I have a fourth round grade. I think I might have a late third on him. DeMar Hamlin out of Pittsburgh. I think that he's going to be an excellent slot corner. Excuse me. I think he can be an excellent safety as well. So I think he fits perfectly. You guys definitely need a slot corner because K'Wan Williams can't stay healthy. This is coming from your own scout. And I think that DeMar Hamlin, oh my goodness, is going to be looked at a lot better than what people think he will. I'm a huge fan of DeMar Hamlin. Huge fan. So if you guys aren't, you guys need to watch some tape because he locks down some of the best. And number 125, we got the Vikings. And I'd be looking for a slot wide receiver here. This is where I could see a Demetric Felton going or a Tutu Atwell who could definitely try to stretch the field. Honestly, I think you should develop the deep game quite a bit. And Tutu Atwell right now would be a pretty good option in that slot. Daz Newsome, again, I would do it if he didn't run a 4.6. I might do it anyways though, just because I might do it because again, I'm not a fan of Tutu. I don't think he's gonna be that great. Daz Newsome actually has a really good overall game, and maybe he can speed up a little bit. But he is electric in the short game. So let's get Daz Newsome. It was down between spreading the field out or being able to get a good reliable slot option. I think Daz Newsome would be a really good guy, even if he has to develop over a year. The Titans, I think that we should probably rock safety as well. And I'm looking at guys like Jacoby Stevens, who can be more that linebacker. Talanoa Hufanga, who could probably definitely replace that Kenny Vaccaro role. But Caden Stearns is somebody who used to be considered in the second round. I think we need to consider him a little bit more in this fourth. Don't really know what happened to him. He had probably maybe an off year, but still worth taking a shot on. At number 127, the Colts. We haven't gotten a wide receiver or a cornerback. And cornerback, I don't really see too many zone corners here. But we could definitely go a guy like Elijah Griffin. Remember that they did go a guy out of USC. I'm forgetting his name, but he actually Marvell Tell. He actually turned out really well. No pun intended. We're gonna go Elijah Griffin here. Young. He's apparently a true junior. So I don't really trust TDN anymore after I saw some of their shit was off. But I assume that he's a true junior. So you get a young prospect to grow under Xavier Rhodes for a year. I'm a big fan of that. Leaving the Steelers on the board, and we're running to the podium with this one. Stone Forsythe fell. I considered him in a lot of other picks, but I think that need came before anything else. And I mean, look at his size. He fits perfectly with what the Steelers actually want. And Florida had a pretty good pass pro. So I'm a big fan of it. Another guy I'd target later on is Josh Ball, 350 pounds. So I think it fits perfectly what the Steelers want. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers went Stone Forsythe. At number 129, the Seattle Seahawks. We do have to go corner here. And Benjamin St. Juste could be I honestly can really see him in an Eagles uni. Rodarius Williams definitely could also. He is 6 foot. He has a good enough attributes. I haven't seen what he did on his pro day though. So I want to see Rodarius. How did he run? He ran 4.5. That's perfectly fine for me. I wouldn't like throw him out to the weeds if he's running a 4.5. I think he's a really talented corner. He has a lot of years of experience. So he's going to be able to step in day one and actually continue keeping this team at a pretty competitive level. He was one of the best corners in college. So Rodarius Williams right here. People were mocking him in the first a couple months ago. So that just should say something. 130, the Jaguars. Honestly, I could see we could definitely get the running back here. We could definitely look at somebody more like a Chuba Hubbard who has a lot of potential. Jamar Jefferson, Elijah Mitchell. So honestly, I'm going to go Chuba. It might not fit exactly what we're trying to run here, but it might just be best player available. Some extra depth. And again, he's going to be more that zone read one type of cutback. So remember, he had 2,000 yards over a year ago, guys. There's something to him. And I think that maybe him sitting behind guys like James Robinson, as well as I'm bugging on the name of the guy who used to be on the 49ers. I'm forgetting the name. Former Ohio State running back that they just brought in. I already said his name earlier, but he's going to be able to sit on that depth chart and be able to come and grow again. At number 131, this is where Caden Stearns would have went for me. I would be looking at a right tackle here, and I can't really find one, unfortunately. So I'm going to be looking at potentially a linebacker here. Charles Snowden has a lot of potential. You can use him as a pass rusher as well. Not really fitting what the Ravens really want to run, but honestly, to me, you're taking a shot on somebody that can develop. He is 6'7", very athletic, very rangy, can also rush the passer very well. It's just a gadget player, and I think the Ravens have the opportunity to be able to have that as an option because their team is so damn well built. So, cheers to the Ravens, but they're being able to get somebody who I used to mock in the first. Fun fact, I used to have him in my top 32 before I actually started watching him. Man, he's a slender dude. At 132, the Browns are back up. And honestly, I might just go another interior defensive lineman, man. There's so many good ones on the board that I'm just going to go with another one. Aleem McNeil. Might as well just continue taking shots on him until you hit. Just do that. 133, the Saints. I know we need to go either. We could go interior defensive line here. I want to see exactly what they did do because I don't remember exactly what happened with the Saints in terms of what they've done. Oh my God. So pass rush, Garbo, they're really fucked overall. They haven't really done anything. They haven't done too much to the interior defensive line either. Damn. They're in a good place for it though. So Marvin Wilson to me is somebody who has a high ceiling because we saw what he could be. Let's take him. Get Marvin Wilson here. We're seeing a run on interior defensive line. And that leaves the Vikings left on the board. This is where maybe a good offensive lineman would be a solid choice here. And being able to get a guy like Trey Hill would be fun because he's young. But Aaron Banks is going to be a good guard for you. Sadarius Hutcherson, though. I think if you really want to pound the rock, I'm just a huge fan of Sadarius Hutcherson. His potential, he's just absolutely an athletic monster. And same thing with David Moore. But I think Sadarius Hutcherson is going to be going a lot higher than what people expect. Packers, we got to get interior defensive line here. Look at all the great talent that's left on the board. I am voice cracking 24/7, yes. We're going Tyler Shelvin. Big-ass dude. If you want to run somebody right up the middle, you're not going to get past Tyler Shelvin. You need to boost that run game. Get Tyler Shelvin or Kyrus Tonga. Tyler Shelvin luckily fell to us at this point. The Chiefs. Did we go interior defensive line? No. What are we going to do? Interior defensive line. Marlon Tuipulotu. I like him a lot. Darius Stills is another really talented one. So we have some dudes who are really good depth later on. Marlon Tuipulotu, Jalen Twyman ran a 5.5, which is I think like one of the worst in NFL combine history. So Marlon Tuipulotu is going to be the guy for us. Leaving the Buccaneers. Buccaneers, what are we going to do with you guys? I'm going to be probably rocking best player available. Benjamin St-Juste could definitely be the best one available, but I'm going to go Hamilcar Rashed. I mean, you don't need to start him. So his injury concerns aren't really that big of a factor. I love the upside right there, and he could replace JPP. Well, actually, he's not going to replace JPP. He's too light for it. I don't think he's actually 254. I think he tested he weighed in the 240s, but he definitely is a little too slender. He's going to be a good backup for I'm bugging on his name again. Why am I bugging on people's names? Shaq Barrett. At number 138, the Cowboys. I think this is a good spot for us to just get some extra line depth. Aaron Banks is here. David Moore is here. I think since we can develop, you go with a guy like David Moore who can develop better than Aaron Banks. I like Aaron Banks. I'm not going against him. I just think David Moore has a higher ceiling, and the Cowboys have that chance to continue having guys with really high ceilings and potentially busting. I'm a big fan of David Moore. 139, the Patriots. They got everything. So I'm not really concerned with anything for the Patriots. I wish I could have an option here where I could see what the Patriots have done. So we got Javion Hawkins with them before, Kyle Trask. I'm trying to see what type of corners we've gotten because there's the potential that we could lose our top two starting corners, but you can always use depth because Benjamin St-Juste is the best guy on the board. I think he is genuinely, and that's to me something that you should be willing to take. So we're gonna go Benjamin St-Juste here. Extra depth, you can never go wrong with it. Fourth round, you're not going to probably get a starter. So being able to get Benjamin St-Juste, that's a big, big plus. So the Steelers, right now we're looking between Tony Fields, Derek Barnes. I don't know too much about Derek Barnes. So I'm going to be honest. If they can use him as a rush linebacker at 245 at 6 foot, that could definitely be a target that they go after as like kind of a backup to what we have there at edge right now. We could also go Victor or Deo or Adekumbo. I don't know how to say that name. Or Rashad Weaver. There's a lot of guys that we could definitely be plugging and playing. I think that the best option, though, is just to look at who's the best available. And Victor is the best. Jalen Twyman would be a fun one. But again, I'm scared shitless of that 40 time. It's just he looked really unathletic after taking a year off where he should have gotten better athletically. Victor as well as Derek Barnes are my two options here. Derek Barnes seems like a Steeler, but we did just lose one of our starting guys, so we can actually get some extra edge depth. But we did lose Vince Williams. We're gonna go Derek Barnes here. I've actually been very intrigued with Derek Barnes for a while. I just haven't been able to look at him, so you guys can definitely give me feedback on that. At 141, the Rams. That probably would have been where Derek Barnes went. So at this choice, I probably want to. We might go another edge just for extra depth, but I don't think that's the right move. This is a tough one. Honestly, you guys aren't going to like this one, but we're going to Trey McKitty. I think that he's an excellent tight end. He's a really good receiver. He's going to perfectly replace our loss there. Why I can't remember shit today, but and Gerald Everett. So that's going to be great. 142. We got the G-men. Just kidding. The Giants. We got a couple places that we can go. I think one of the places that we could look is a tackle. And Jalen Moore's honestly not that bad. Josh Ball, there's no reason for him to be this poorly rated. I'm going to be honest. He's definitely a talented player. And there's a reason why Marshall is one of the best offensive lines in college this year because Josh Ball is one of the best tackles. So pound for pound, I think people are very underrating Josh Ball. Look at the size of this guy, 350 pounds, 6'8". It's worth taking here in the fourth because he could definitely start day one. I don't get the hate on him. I have him as a fourth round player right now. So big fan of that. And with the Vikings, there's a potential chance that they are actually losing Danielle Hunter. So I'm going to just go best player available. We're going to go two edges, Victor Dimukeje. I think that's how you say it. I might not, but I think that's going to be a solid addition to this team. Chiefs. I think this is a good spot to go edge as well. Honestly, you can look at Deo, and I think I've heard some really good things about him. People are putting him in the third round. Why not get some extra edge depth? And that's how we're going to end off the draft, guys. So let me know what you guys think. We had a very rough time and a very good time at the same time through this. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Tell me your feedback. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.